Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations. I'm here with my co-host. I have a mic. I promise, Sarah.
I've had a mic this whole time.
I know, and we've discovered the issue. It wasn't your mic at all. It
No.
wasn't your fault, even the slightest.
So we did do a test record today
Mm-hmm.
and last week, and everything was fine. And
Yeah, they
the
sounded the same. We were like, why are people complaining?
yeah, the fault is Discord.
Yeah, because we showed the game. Like, for some reason, it leeches off of her microphone for some reason. So I was able to trick it into stealing sound from a different place, and now
Mhm.
we're fine, I'm sure.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we're not lying.
I know, I know. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm just gonna publish this without even watching it once.
Just be like, hope it works.
Well, here it goes.
Oh man, that's true. By the time we're done, yeah, it's fine.
Right. And so by all of that, I meant that Sarah's mic was at fault, and she has a new one.
That looks the exact same.
Right. Yep. Same everything
Mhm.
except this one works.
Yeah.
Pretty foolish. No.
Oh man.
So, all right. So technical difficulties solved forever. Never again. Another one.
This just honestly makes me hate Discord even more. I was already on the you're really starting to annoy me, Discord train.
Right. It's causing discord in our lives.
Yeah. So anyway, now that that's solved, um, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't feel like we need to talk about anything. I feel like we should just sit here.
No, not use the microphone. Um,
We'll imitate our last couple videos.
uh, we've
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, and then I
Oh,
do have
I was
something to
gonna
say.
say we spent so much time testing this and making sure it was actually gonna work and figuring out the problem that we actually just didn't discuss what we were gonna talk about.
I know we're just like finally let's just start before Discord breaks it again. So real quick, you guys can see the cool new logo, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the final version yet or not, but huge shout out to Ferris Luca who made it for us.
Hmm.
And for free. And he's also the guy. He's made a ton of different logos for different groups within the community, including like the Hot Utils logo.
I didn't know he had made the Hot Utils logo. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So huge props to Ferris and huge thanks.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Yeah, like it looks great, and if we have any changes, it'll be pretty minor. So,
Mhm.
um, so yeah, we've got a logo now.
It only took 69 episodes.
It did. It did. I was like trying to look into why you would say 69, but it actually is just episode 69. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Do you want to talk about Star Wars?
Star what? Yeah, let's talk about
Star
it.
Trek?
Yeah, I watched
Mhm.
Star Trek like the newer movies. Like they're still not like super new at this point, but the one with like Chris Pine as Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
I watched the first one with my kids the other day, and they were so into it. They thought it was really cool. They're like, "Why are there just randomly women who are green?" I'm like, "Because that's Star Trek. In Star Trek,
They,
sometimes people just have inexplicably green skin. They're still human, I think, but maybe not. They're not.
did they ask that about Hera and Rebels?
No, but Hera, Hera doesn't have any hair. she's she's like looks. These ones are just like, yeah, they're human in every other way except their skin is green.
Right.
Right. May as well. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if people's skin was green. I guess maybe, unless it meant something
Hmm.
like they were toxic. I wish toxic people would just turn green, and then you just knew to avoid them.
That would just be the easiest thing.
Indeed. So, all right, back to Star
Okay.
Wars though.
Yes.
All right. I mean, we've got Leviathan is coming out tomorrow, basically. The day this is released,
Mhm.
Leviathan should be in the game at least, and
Right.
they'll schedule the event. I kind of think people are like, nah, they'll wait till Thursday for the like Thursday at noon for the event to start. When do you think it's gonna start?
So I wasn't sure because it just felt weird to me that they hadn't put it in game yet. And then Pico reminded me that with Profundity, it didn't go into they did the content update on Wednesday and the event went live on Thursday. And he remembered it specifically because he was traveling for work and he had to do the event in an airport. Um, so I feel like maybe it is going to be on Thursday. Seems weird though.
I think it's gonna be. I don't. Maybe we're all just collectively remembering things differently. Um, I streamed it. I know that, and I
Hmm?
think that I streamed it. Or maybe I streamed. I, I streamed some. Like maybe I did Executor instead. I don't remember now. But I thought that they're all supposed to start at like midnight Pacific time. Is what I think. I
I
kind of
thought it
think it's
started
gonna.
during the day. Man, I cannot remember though to save my life. So
I'm trying to remember if I really cared or not.
maybe it did start at midnight. No. I know like it's obviously going to run for 24 hours. So
Yeah, Profundity. Maybe Profundity was during the day because then we were all trying to figure it out, and I'd figured out like some of it at least.
I remember complaining to you about Profundity.
You did
Complaining a
you
lot.
at length, yeah. That was like the thing. You were like,
I think you were ready to be like, I need to block Sarah.
you were like you were really whiny actually. And that's all right.
I was. I
But
was.
it was to the point where I was like, fine, I'll solve it if you just stop whining. So that I did, and you were like, you didn't want. So didn't I go onto your account and like do it for you a couple times? I was like, here, have some shards.
You definitely did.
Yeah,
And then I proceeded to be mad that I was still losing afterwards.
yeah. You were like, it doesn't work. I'm like, I just did it on your account. It does work. Yeah.
You were going to say something else.
What? I wasn't good. No, I wouldn't say anything.
No.
You know
Uh,
what? I am glad that I will say I said on the Gambit podcast last night. That was the event that made me invent the word asineist because the event like
it's
it it's like, hey, we designed this ship around the Millennium Falcon,
mhm.
right? And the Millennium Falcon is, it assists all the, like, sometimes not. Like, it's an aggravating meta, actually. It kind of irritates me. Um, because testing, it's like, well, that seemed to work really well, like, 3 times in a row, because he was assisting at a normal rate. And then when you go to use him, it's like, well, he's like, no, I'm not going to assist for the next, like, 7 or 8
Right.
times you guys go. Like it's just so inconsistent. But the thing about it is they designed that whole fleet around the Millennium Falcon and his assisting mechanics and all this stuff. And the unlock thing, the unlock event, didn't have the Falcon.
Yeah.
They
The
were just
unlock,
like, yeah.
the unlock event is actually so stupid.
Oh, like it's one of my more viewed, uh, like Every time, for a while at least, that profundity came around,
Hmm.
like people would watch that video. Like I got a lot more views. Initially, I didn't get hardly any, but like it just added up. I'm like, well, yeah, my system works at least. But I think the problem though is also that people hadn't worked on their Cassian ship or their Ghost or their Phantom,
Hmm.
and then they had to use those ships to unlock, and they were just getting torn to shreds. And then if you're like, oh well, you can't just upgrade like one pilot, you have to upgrade 3 pilots just to get any kind of boost to those.
True.
So like whereas my main account solved it pretty easily, it was a little tougher on my alts because I didn't have those ships as developed.
Yeah. I will say I was playing the Profundity event, not this last time, but I think it was the time before. Doesn't matter. It was fairly recent. And I was losing again. It's funny. And the only reason why I kept banging my head against the wall on it was because I was logged in on the Professor X account and I was like, we need the effing shards.
Yeah, well, it's like I actually just skipped that one on my main account. I
Hmm.
just don't do it because it's like no reward is worth this. Like this
It,
is so obnoxious.
it's so bad. And like, I just hope that the Leviathan event is nothing like that. It
Yeah,
doesn't need to be like this. I think we've hit the point with requirements in the game that if we hit the requirement level, we should be able to complete the event. Maybe like minimal mod swapping, but like completing the event should not be game phone breaking levels of anger.
I'm just gonna point out that just because it caused that level of anger for you,
Yeah.
I feel like you just like volunteered. You're like, hey, can I get like 20 people's anger? And you guys don't have to be angry about the event, but also I'll be angry for all of us. And they're like, yeah, sure. Here's your anger. And you're like, thank you. And they're like, what are you going to do with it? You're like, I'm going to send it Zareth's way.
Did you ever watch the movie Up? Or not, sorry, not Up, Inside Out?
Yeah, Up is really sad, so I'm glad
Yeah.
you didn't say that one.
No,
Up
not
will
that
make
one.
me cry. You stop that nonsense.
I
All
don't know
right.
why I said Up. I meant Inside Out.
Yeah, Inside Out is also really sad. Like Bing Bong is really sad.
Yeah,
But
it's
go ahead.
super sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you are equating me to anger, and having the little, fireball explosion. That was me.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
And I was sadness. Certainly not joy. I'll say that. I might have been envy, like ugh, or just whatever her name is, the green one, like
Jealousy?
jealousy, whatever it
Uh,
was, just like ugh, like
oh man.
broccoli, disgusting.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Uh well,
we should just speak using inside out metaphors from now on. It's really good. That makes me anger. People will be like, "It's supposed to be angry." I'm like, "No, literally anger."
anger.
Yeah.
Um yeah, as long as they don't do it like that again, we'll be fine. You won't have to experience that.
I know. Now I'm the one praying for a good, easy event. I'm like, please God, I can't take another another verbal bludgeoning from Sarah.
Just like a wall of text. Oh man.
Just a poison. Yeah, that's great.
But
No, I, you know what? Here's the thing. I have like a couple different reasons why I like difficult events that they give us.
okay.
Number one, I like problem solving, and typically that's what these are. That they're some kind of problem solving, and almost always what happens is if you're the one to solve the problem, which because I'm a content creator, a lot of times I'm incentivized. I'm like, if I make a video about it, I'm
Hmm.
gonna get more clicks. But I think I would do it anyways because I like having the problems. So like, but when you do that, you also have to learn all the kits and you have to learn all the interactions, and then once you know them, you're gonna have more success using that thing. And
Hmm.
so, like the Grand Inquisitor one was I really enjoyed it actually. I figured it out, I solved it, and people were like, no, it's not possible. I'm like, you can do it consistently, dude. You have to. And even just recently, someone was like saying, like, no, your guide is stupid. Like, you can't do this. I'm like, well, what about your mods? They're like, I put my god mods on. And I'm like, okay, did you
Not,
actually, like, did you just skip the modding section? And they had skipped it, and they put the
mhm.
mods on, and they were like, yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Because it's not just speed mods that mattered. Speed is, like, it's important to pay attention to it, but like that, you want other stats too. And so trying to solve these things, I feel like actually gives you a better grasp
Yeah,
of the unit.
which is totally fair. But it was bad.
Well, I can also understand people being frustrated, and a lot of times people will be like, "Listen, I have like 1 hour today. I have this 1 hour
Yeah.
window, and if they can't just bludgeon their way through it because they didn't have time to watch a video, or no one had made a video yet,
Mm-hmm.
and like the ship events are only 1 day long,
Mm-hmm.
and so people get desperate, and I can understand why people get cranky, even if they have a long time. Like a lot of times, it's also frustrating too. I mean, I could take both sides because it's also like I worked. I mean, and you helped just as much. You worked just as hard on the Professor X getting ready
Mm-hmm.
for getting profundity, and it's like I already worked really hard to unlock
Right.
this stupid thing. Like, give me my freaking shards.
And
You know?
like that's the thing. Like once you hit that all you've checked all of the boxes off. And I'm not saying the event needs to be like a cakewalk where you just breeze through it, like, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't need to be that like the profundity level of difficulty.
And you're right. The profundity one was just stupid. Like I got to the point where it's like, okay, once you get to 5 stars, then you can do it almost every time. Like
Hmm.
all if you do, but like I did the profundity event for you the other like you're awesome. You do that one almost every time, like
Yeah.
pretty much every time. I did it one time for you kind of recently, and I was like, I don't remember how to do this actually. Like
I
I
bet
made a
you I
guide.
was frustrated with it and I just stopped and was gonna come back to it.
No, what happened was I think you did it actually, but
Mhm.
I was one refresh away from
Oh,
getting the
so you
next
just
star.
refreshed.
So I just refreshed it and did it. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I just love for it to be the next star level.
Yeah.
So so it was like you did it. You did awesome. You're great. I'm not at all pointing blame. I just yeah, I was like, gosh, I think I did lose it the first time, and then I had a glimmer of, oh, I remember what to do. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's like, let us use the ships that we're going to have. That being said, are you going to get Leviathan to 7 stars? Or is that part of your plan? Do you think you're going to. Well, I mean, eventually, but
Hmm.
immediately, are you going to whale out for it? Because I'm guessing you don't have the crystals yet.
I don't have the crystals yet. Um, I don't think I'm gonna whale out for it. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to 5 stars day one, see how
That's
it
wise.
is, see what everyone is saying, and then if it is absolutely amazing, and I feel like my ship shard is calm enough that I can afford to wait the month. Um, Grand Arena is Grand Arena, so whatever. I can afford to wait the month. I am curious how it does in territory battles because I want to see if that's going to do anything for our map. I don't think it
Yeah.
will necessarily, but I'd be curious about it. And if that is the case, then I probably will spend a little bit to get it to 7 stars in August. Um, but I don't think I'm going to do it right away. Mainly because my ship shard is so calm. Although right now it's getting a little crazy.
Yeah, I'll have a couple month respite and then it'll get spicy again.
Hmm.
Like there's some part of me, some part of me I'm like I love how hard it is to get Leviathan because I know that a lot of people in my ship shard just don't even have Malgus and I'm like, yes.
Oh, that's I this is the thing though, is like I know it's time for a new ship when I start like getting bumped. I can't even complain. This is such a like hashtag first world problem, but I start getting bumped to like 12 or 13. And I'm like, and I see these people climbing into the top 10 that are normally not there. I'm like, why are you here? You should not be here. Uh,
Learn your place.
Please leave.
Gosh, that's horrible.
It is so
You get all
bad.
elitist. You're like, oh, I have to feel dirty just looking at your count.
But like when you start seeing like the 4-star profundities come in, and I'm like, why are you here? Go away.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, it's a tricky thing, honestly. Because it's like yes, I would like it if my whole ship shard could get 400 crystals.
Right.
But I don't want to have to climb. Like I fell to 28 the other day.
Ugh.
And 27 is where you can naturally climb to number 1 without, like, if you don't do refreshes
Hmm.
at all, you can naturally climb that far, but you have to do 5 attacks.
Which is annoying.
I mean, that's a lot of attacks, especially in the current meta where it just takes a while to
Yeah.
win. Like, it'd be something else if you could win in half a minute, but it's like 2 to 3 minutes at least. And I
Assuming
don't.
the Falcon decides to assist.
Right. I mean, well, you can if you use TIE Bomber, you've seen the TIE
True.
Bomber trick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the TIE Bomber just makes it. Solo was saying the other day he lost for the first time with it. I still haven't lost with it. For him it required like no assists whatsoever from the Falcon for the entire time, like
Hmm.
just crazy bad RNG. But yeah, the I don't know the I am looking forward to it, and yet Professor X will have a 5-star to start with. But I
Yep.
will say that one is something I'm going to definitely focus from that account. I'll definitely focus to try to get 7-star. Like Profundity will struggle bus his way to 7 stars. like like
Leviathan.
this time next year, Profundity still might not be 7 stars. Like depending on how diligent you and I are on the event. It just to be clear,
Oopsies.
you've been very diligent. I don't
Take
think
it.
you've missed any. But
I try not to. Only because I know that you need the shards. Yeah, but I think Leviathan is gonna be. I'm hoping it'll be easier, and then we can just have another chill. Just climb back to your top 10 spot and call it good.
oh, here's some news, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so we've talked about proving grounds before, and that's a
Oh
problem.
yeah.
That's a problem you don't really have.
But you have this
Like,
problem now.
yes, Prevail Man has it. Professor X, the account that you watch, my middle account,
Yeah,
because of you, I don't have any problems with it.
correct.
But proving
You're
ground,
welcome.
you're awesome. Shush, let me get along on with this. Gosh. I'm gonna root Discord through my mic again, so
Shit.
that
Okay.
people won't be able to hear you as well.
Oh man.
All right. Uh, so, no. I'm excited. Well, I'm not. I don't know if I'm excited. I don't know what to do with it actually. So Proving Grounds is an issue because on that account, on my Prevail Man account, like I didn't play for a long time, and even before when I was playing, I had someone else who was helping me, and I can't blame them even a little bit.
Mhm.
They just didn't try that hard in Conquest, and I told them not to. And so, like, the only thing I have unlocked at 7 stars right now is the Razor Crest from Conquest on that account.
Ouch. What's your
And
cat at?
she's doing pretty well because the Proving Grounds is pretty easy for that one, at least for the
Right.
teams that I have, and she's farmable with Mark 3
Right. Hmm.
from Territory Battle, the GT3. So she's actually like 2 months away, I think.
Okay. Okay.
She's pretty close. And Cat's gonna open a lot of doors because I need her for the off meta for Kenobi,
Hmm.
Jedi Master Kenobi. Padme kills Kenobi, by the way, guys, with Cat. But that account's about to turn real fun real fast. Actually, I'm super excited. Like
Yeah.
in the next like 4 months, I'll have an off meta counter to every single Galactic Legend, and then we'll march forth into the low Kybers, or at least the low Erodiums. So setting the bar high.
Oh man.
Um, Anyways, all of this is to say that Proving Grounds
Mhm.
now has a new champion. If you have a way to solve them, which is, I mean,
Right.
we've kind of spoken against Proving Grounds a little bit. Just like it makes things you have to spend what 17 months of Proving Grounds if you don't do refreshes to unlock a
Hmm.
conquest character.
Right. It's insane.
Right. It is just really insane. But now, if you decide to get the $30 conquest pass, which I'm not preaching that you should, but if you're already doing any conquest refreshes, you
Hmm.
buy the $30 pack, and it lets you do an extra refresh
Hmm.
on all of them. It sounds like we don't know for sure what the shape is, but it looks like that.
It sounds like um and I don't know, but it sounds like you basically would have Proving Grounds run for 2 days instead of one.
Oh, I thought that it would just have like the little parentheses two in it, like you have two
That
attempts.
that would make sense too.
I mean, either way though, that's pretty
Either way, it would
nice.
work. Um, yeah, I think that's. I was thinking about this earlier, actually, when me had said when he said that, and it makes it kind of enticing. Like, obviously not for endgame players because you don't need it for that reason, but for newer players, it's an interesting element.
Right. Well, so you look at it as okay, so it's $30, and
Mhm.
I'm not saying people should do this, but if you're a spender and you want to get these characters unlocked, it just takes a stupidly long time to unlock them, and it so enter the $30 pack, and instead of doing a refresh for 2,200 crystals, which is it's not quite $20 worth of crystals,
Mhm.
it's pretty close though. All it takes is two different nodes of that, and you immediately get all of that value back. Not to mention, you get the entire Conquest Pass, like the $10 pass, and all the cool perks from the $30, anyways. Like, this is something I have to think long and hard about because I don't know if I'm willing to. I'm like, yeah, I'll throw $10 a month at it for Prevail Man.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm willing to spend 30 on Prevail. Like, I don't think I am. Honestly,
Well, I was
but
thinking
maybe.
about it. I mean, I was thinking about it from the angle of, let's say you needed it for Proving Grounds to get the additional attempt. But say you also wanted to unlock whatever the new character is in three conquests instead.
Right.
And I was thinking about it in terms of if you couldn't get red crate, but say you could get gold. Um, and now with the Pass Plus, you get the consumables or whatever it is. It basically lets you skip a couple of feats, right? So that you can get
Yep.
instantaneous points. If those are the
Instant
feats,
30. Yep.
yeah, if those are the feats that are going to tip you over into getting red crate, let's say. So let's say you can get to like the 600, like you can get to the end of the pass track, but you can't
Right.
quite get the last few points. You could arguably go gold, gold, red, and go $10 pass, splurge for the $30 pass, or in whatever order you wanted to do it. You could splurge the
Okay.
first month, get red, still unlock the character in three conquest runs, and then have 1 month of having extra attempts and kind of mitigate how many times you're gonna be splurging in a way, if that makes sense.
Is that how Canadians say mitigate?
Yes.
You mitigate want to rethink that.
But like you understand what I'm getting at though. Like you're
Yeah.
kind of
No,
like,
it's no. It actually. I'm sorry to kind of derail and make fun of because that is actually a really awesome idea. It's good. It's really good and efficient. Sarah, good
but
thinking.
I don't know. Creates such a uh interesting dilemma, I think, for people.
Yeah. it adds an extra wrinkle. Now, oh, we don't have enough time for any more discussion, Sarah. I'm sorry, we have
Oh,
to do the trigger photo.
okay. Fine. If we must.
This one is something a lot of people experience. This is on the quests, and no one's doing Rancor anymore, hardly. And
Mm-hmm.
they just have the Rancor's door panel 10 times, which I don't know how you have that one, because I actually did. I participated in the Rancor sometimes, but, um, you know, I guess
If
that would be
you
triggering, because you can't do that now.
if you bought the hyperdrive bundle after simming started, or your guild just never did a manual pit. I guess would it count in the challenge pit?
Yeah, I think so. Well, why don't we check to see how you did actually on your channel? We're gonna go put you to the test. So, guys, go to Sarah's channel. There's a link below where I am or where she is. I don't know exactly where it's gonna be. It's a
Mhm.
mystery. It might just be on top of her face. Who knows? But go push that one or in the video description. Leave likes and comments, and we'll see you guys over on Sarah's channel for her half.
Mhm.
It's more like her 2/3, but you know.